Good morning, I'm Christine from biology class. Today I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do in my project on giant squid. And before I start, I want to ask you one question. Have you ever watched books or a movie about the deep sea giant squid? Under a dark, deep ocean, you are lost. When you're searching your teammates, suddenly some tentacles reach you tightly and eventually you die. But actually, giant squid is not so horrible and it is very cute. Giant squid has been long imagined by the human because they are very mysterious. It is definitely correct to call them giant squid because their body size is maximum up to 14 meters. Giant squid is used to live under the deep sea ocean, and it is seldom to see them swim on the water surface. And it is little is known about the giant squid. So giant squid is always written to be a horrible organism. And here is today's rundown. So let's begin. Why do we need to study giant squid, and especially their feeding ecology? As well as ocean is one of the most valuable natural resources. We gain food, raw materials, energy from it. So study the ecology of marine organisms can help us to know more about the functioning and the structure of the marine ecosystem. Also, studying the feeding habits of species can help us to know more about their biology and their role in the ecology. And actually, feeding habits include where and how often the organism appear, and what do they eat, and their body structure, and so on. Although there are some research on giant squid, there are still a lot of unknown. And for example, their behavior, feeding strategy, and there are 3 reasons why we know so little about the giant squid. First of all, it is because of the deficient in the number of specimens caught. As I mentioned before, the giant squid used to live under the deep sea, and it is very hard and difficult to find them unless we have a very modern technology. And second, there are too few scientific research. It is not enough for us to understand the giant squid completely like what we know about the dogs or cats. And lastly, giant squid has been looked down on their ecological role. Many people think that giant squid is just a top or consumer in the food chain. But apart from this, giant squid do have an essential role in the marine ecosystem. Here are some reviews of some research on giant squid. And you can see that in the same year, 2004, there were 2 investigations. For the Dendros group, they work on the genetic information of the gas content in giant squid found in Tasmania in Australia. And for the other group, the researchers study the chemical composition of the beaks, that means the mouth of the giant squid. And the giant squid was found near India. And after 1 year, there was another research about the giant squid, and 2 Japanese observed the first living giant squid near the island in Japan. Here's a method used in the research of giant squid, and in the past we rely on direct observation, but it is not precise enough and it is waste time and labor. And the data cannot be recorded, and also the visual analysis. But I think it is less possible for the aquatic wild organism. Indeed, it is very hard and difficult to collect their feces. And lastly is the gas content analysis. But there are is no genetic work. It is not precise enough, and it is difficult to identify whether which part is a prey in such a mass in the stomach of giant squid. And now the methodology has been improved a lot. We use camera instead of just observation by our naked eye. It is save time, save labor, and the data can be recorded, and you can study the data for many times. And also, the scientists chase the giant squid by following the sperm whale. It is suggested that the sperm whale is one of the predators of the giant squid, so it is easier for us to follow and locate the giant squid. Lastly, the gas content analysis is still using. However, this time the DNA, that means the genetic information, is studied also. I think it is more precise. As a result, scientists found that the giant squid appear as different depth level during different time, and giant squid feed on small fish and large invertebrates such as octopus. And giant squid attack the prey horizontally, and they are the active predator due to a good buoyancy, due to the chemicals of their body, that is the ammonia. But however, there are some arguments regarding to those results. People think that the giant squid should not be the active predator because of their poor muscle development. They should not be a good swimmer, and their predation should be passive rather than active. With the disagreement, there are lots of questions raised. For example, is giant squid an individual hunter? Is giant squid really an active predator? So on and so on. And many are still unknown. So, in my project, I will go ahead to investigate more about the feeding ecology of deep sea giant squid. This is my reference list, and this is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Do you have any question about the giant squid? The little pretty giant squid? No? Then I will end my presentation. Thank you.